Okay, okay, everybody. I think I'm live. I'm pretty sure I'm live. Um, I am on YouTube as well as Instagram, um, the Those Other Girls page. I honestly am gonna wait a second or so, see if anyone hops on. I want to start doing more lives, maybe like once a week or so. If my eyes are getting weird, it's because I'm like looking at the computer, which is like a little bit under the my phone, which has like Instagram, and my computer has YouTube, and I'm trying to do both. I'll figure that out one day. But right now I'm doing this. Um Me. So yeah, let me triple check and make sure. Am I going live? I feel like I'm not on Instagram. Okay, so I'm not. That made a lot of sense. I was like, that doesn't okay, there we go. That was weird. Okay, now I'm live on Instagram. Okay, so the first minute or so, I was just live on YouTube, but now I'm live on Instagram. So, I knew that was weird. Okay. So I'm just gonna wait a second to see if like anybody hops on. I know it's in the middle of the day. We might be doing other stuff, but um I guess we'll just see. Like I said, I am like, oh hey everybody that's joining, yay. Like I said, I'm on live on YouTube and I am live on Instagram right now. And I'm trying to do both. So if my eyes are looking like weird, it's because I'm like looking down on my laptop and looking up at the Instagram screen. So that's just what's going on. But yeah, thanks everybody that's joining. This is cool. I'm glad. Also to these lives, you'll be able to watch it on YouTube and you'll be able to watch it on Instagram once we're finished. So yeah. Maybe I'll wait like another minute or so before I get started on what I wanted to talk about. It's not going to be super long. Yeah, it'll be quick. While we're waiting, if you're watching, well, you have to be watching, but you can see it a lot better on Instagram. But my shirt says the future is conservative female. Sweatshirt actually. It's still kind of cold in North Carolina. Like this morning, it was freezing. I had to get up early for a radio thing I was doing, and it was freezing. Now I think it's like a little bit warmer, not as cold, but anywho, um, it says the future is conservative female, and I absolutely love it. It's from Future Female Leaders, and you can use the code MALPAL to get 10% off. And right now, their t-shirts, I believe, are two for $30. So plus 10% off. So you should totally take advantage of that. So yeah, so I guess I'll just go ahead and get started. The whole reason why I wanted to come on here is, those that don't know, it's International Women's Day. And I'm really proud and happy, and I love being a woman. I would not trade it for anything in the world. I'm probably one of the most girliest girls you'll ever meet. If you are looking, you can see my lamp, my really pretty lamp that I'm like, yeah, my lamp is pink. My bedpost is pink. And my sweatshirt is pink. My earrings are pink. I'm just super girly. And like, there's tons of girls that aren't really into the color pink that are girly too. But that's just an example of how I just love being a girl. I like getting my hair done, like getting my nails done. Those are just tiny things about being a woman. But also too, I love my empathy. I think that God has created women to be a little bit more emotional, in the sense of like we can offer emotional support and we're nurturing as well. I love that about myself. Those are just qualities that and once again, just because you don't have a strong quality as the next woman doesn't make you less of a woman. It's just something that God created men and women differently. Um, and that's just one of the things that we have differently. I mean, I'm not a wife or a mother, but I love the idea of possibly being a mom and being able to carry a child. Like, that's something so beautiful. So I think it's great to celebrate that. I know that in conservative circles, people are kind of a little bit um about the whole word let's say world, about the whole term, I guess, about International Women's Day or Women's History Month, because of the attack on men, which I do feel like there are some things that do seem to be attacking masculinity. But there is an International Men's Day and a Men's History Month. So also too, like I think the biggest reason why I'm kind of confused why there's so much like um confusion about this or like upsetness is like we can all admit men and women are different. And I think that's okay. And we can all admit that. So I don't understand why we can celebrate both. God created us to be different. And that's beautiful. That's a wonderful thing. Um so yeah, so I just wanted to come on here and talk about like how great that is. And then I also wanted to talk about how our summit is coming up. Our summit is called We Are Here, the Conservative Women or Conservative Women Summit. And it is put on by Victoria and I, those are the girls. And essentially, we're just having women, conservative women, Christian women come on and talk about different Christian conservative type topics. And part of the reason why I really wanted to do this was after attending a summit and I really enjoyed it and I loved it. I love things like this. I love hearing, I love learning. And the whole purpose of this is just to get us girls gathered together to talk about these topics, to learn. I really hope that when you are watching, you watch and you bring a notebook with you and you can learn from these women that are going to be talking about various topics. We have someone talking about the Second Amendment. Um, Yes, that's so true. Liberals do not include conservative women in their celebration of women. That's why we have to do it. If you are following along in our, oh, hey, Vic. If you're following along on our blog, we have Stephanie Stone. She is doing an amazing job. Um, she wanted to blog about some conservative women that were amazing and that weren't getting the acknowledgement that the liberal women are getting. So she has been doing a blog post every single day. So head over to our blog to check that out. It amazing posts about these women. And honestly, it's super encouraging to see. And I mean, I love it. I love that. And I really want this platform to be where you go to when you want to celebrate other conservative women. So that is another reason why we're having the summit is to celebrate conservative women. It is to acknowledge that we are here. That's why it's called We Are Here. And you have to listen to us. The future is conservative female. I know that a lot of people don't like the future is female type ideas because it should be male and female. I don't disagree with that. But I do, why I think this, I love this concept, I love this sweatshirt, I love this idea is because it's conservative female. I see it as instead of the future is female, the future is conservative female. Conservative females, it's as a rebuttal to just being female, I guess, is in my mindset. That's how I view this in the sense of like, you know, we're people aren't listening to us. People they act like, for example, the Republican Party still, after all that women have done so far, I mean, we're going to continue to do more in the Republican Party, but the Republican Party is still seen as old white men. And I mean, if you for example, Victoria and I are old white men, and I certainly am not an old white man. If anything, I'm the exact opposite of an old white man. So that's why we want to hear from other women. And we also, too, I really just want to start pushing the other. As a conservative woman in the Bookstagram community, I silenced myself, so I'm not canceled. And you know what? Also, too, that I hate that. I hate that women feel like they cannot speak up and speak out um in these communities because here's the other thing too, like we've talked about this on the show, but I personally I think one of our problems is like people are conservative, they're influencers because they're conservative instead of just being in an art and just happening to be conservative. So that's why I really want more people to speak out. And I understand if you can't, trust me, totally get that. But if you can, it'll be really great. And one of the things we would like to do during our summit is to give you some tools and some ideas and um some some ways to speak up and some encouragement and to let you know that like you are not alone. We already have over 100 people registered for our summit. Now that is amazing. That personally that has exceeded my expectations a lot, especially because we're new and we're small. We're a small community right now. we have exceeded over 100 RSVPs. Um, and I want everyone that's going to be attending to feel as if they're not alone and to know that they are not alone. Eventually, we're going to be sending out an email to everybody, and you can submit questions for people, and we're going to just try to get as many of your questions answered, and we're going to try to get as much information to you about different topics, because we hear a lot of things from people. Ooh, sorry. We hear a lot of conversation from people, from women, but we don't hear the conservative alternative. For example, I'm really excited for you guys to hear one of my friends who's going to be talking about the Second Amendment. And we hear a lot about like women protecting ourselves, or not even women protecting ourselves, women, I don't even really understand like what they're, now that I'm like saying it out loud, I'm not even quite sure what their like messaging is. But the whole point is, we women can protect ourselves. We don't have to be a victim. We can do things to um, stop. We can protect ourselves. Let's just put it that way. We can protect ourselves. And I'm really excited to hear what she has to say. We also have someone who's going to talk about being a Christian in this culture, because the reality is it is very hard as a Christian woman to be in this culture. This culture is not, as someone already said, this it's hard for women that are conservative to be in this culture. It's hard for you if you want to say that, hey, you know what? I actually want to get married and have children, and I'm going to put that above my career. It's hard. Um, People aren't as receptive to that. That's not cool. That's not in to say that. People really make it seem like you can have only one or the other. And that is something, I don't know if you heard our CPAC episode when I came back from CPAC. That's something that a lot of the women at the different lunches and breakfasts I went to that really emphasized that, like, um, you can do both. I mean, Amy Coney Barrett is a perfect example. There's so many other women out there that can do both. And your family can and should be the most important thing. And you can also have your career. You can also be a successful woman in any area, not just politics. Which, another thing too, I mean, I love politics. Victoria loves politics. That's why we're both doing this. But we do really also want to highlight other people who are conservative and just happen to be doing other things. Our current sponsor is Book Out Blooms, and that is run by a conservative woman. And we want to highlight that type of thing. So if you also have a business or something that you want us that and you want to be sponsored, or you want to sponsor us, please reach out, let us know. Or if you want to do a blog post, if you want to do other things, like we've talked about before, this isn't just like a Mallory thing, a Victoria thing. I want it to be a huge community thing. I want us Christian women to come together and for it to be something that is for all of us, something that we all feel valued, we all feel like we're contributing. We have a lot of ideas too for future things. I know I have some, like I'm a big dreamer. So if I told everybody my ideas now, you guys would be like, wow, with what money? Don't worry about that. I never do. But anyway, so all that to say, you guys should definitely register for our summit. I'm so excited for it. I'm excited to hear what some of these speakers have to say. I'm excited to hear you guys' feedback. I really want us to go into 2021. I think we have been doing it as strong Christian conservative women who are going to stand with our values and who have the tools to be able to speak articulately. Another thing that I really love that we did was our Equality Act episode. I've been getting a lot of really, really good feedback from that. And I'm so glad we had Amanda on to talk about that, because I mean, she broke down everything really well. And I know I have been able to have better conversations about the Equality Act and why everyone should be against it, not just Christians, not just conservatives, not just women, not just gay people, not just all the other ways we categorize ourselves. And I'm really glad that we had that conversation. And I really want us to continue to do conversations like that. I really want us to continue to be able to educate you guys. I also like talking about fun things, like fun topics. So we want to keep that up too, talking about pop culture. We just want this this to become a community. We want this to become something where we women can come together, because once again, men and women are different, and that is beautiful. God made us that way, and it's okay to recognize that. It's okay to celebrate that. One thing, and I'll end on this, and one thing, I don't remember who said this, but it was a conservative commentator. They made the comment about how, like, women are so amazing and special, like the universe is inside of us. And that sounds very, like, non-Christian, and y'all know that I don't mean that aspect of it, but like we have the ability to give birth. We have the ability, God gave us that ability to do something that men cannot do. And my main point of saying that is, like, no matter what anyone says, there's no way men cannot do that. And that is one of the biggest ways we are different than men. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. God made us different, but our value is equal. And I always want to say that, because I think that people get one thing we always talk about is our messaging, making sure, like, we are able to get our message across and articulate, because facts don't care about feelings. But ooh, sorry y'all, I think my something paused. Anyway, is making sure we're getting our message properly across, because facts don't care about feelings, but people care about feelings. So we have to make sure. So I really like to say, and I'm going to continue to say, that um, men and women are different, but our value, we have equal value. Because I don't think that's said enough. I don't think people understand that enough. One last time, men and women are different, but have equal value. So yes, you guys, thank you everybody that hopped on, the one person on YouTube and the couple of people on Instagram. Thanks for watching this live. Like I said, I want to do more lives. Maybe not in the middle, probably in the middle of the day. So you can always come back and watch them. But and eventually maybe doing like Q&As and stuff like that. But I do want to start doing like one live a week or something along those lines. So thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you RSVP for our summit. Yes, thank you. You have a great day as well. Goodbye, everybody. Okay, I feel old. How do I end this live stream?